The last class we were discussing about how to load a master data from the flat file into SAP BW automatically. And before that we have done a manual loading as well. And today we're going to discuss about the other two parts in a master data. As we discussed in the previous classes, master data contains three types of data. Master data attributes, master data text, master data hierarchy. So attributes were completed, and right today we're going to work with a master data text type. So what is a master data text? As we discussed in a previous class, it's going to give you more information about for each and every record. And moreover, in case if you have a multilingual languages, like if you have a projects into different languages, if you want to convert the information into multiple languages, this text type of data is going to really help you. This text of data, for example, master data text contains language, one primary key from your master data, that is called your SMID or anything. Then it contains a short text, medium text, and long text. So what we're doing here, we are relating your master data attributes table with this table. So based on what? SMID. So in master data attributes table, SMID is a primary key. In this table, SMID becomes foreign key. This is how the relational database system works. So based on this, what we're doing, we have 10 records there. We are taking 10 records here. For each record, we are entering some information. What happens is, whenever I load this data, it will automatically merge with your master data attributes data based on this primary key. Okay, so this is your flat file structure. This is how your flat file should structure. First should be language, one primary key, short text, medium text, long text. Then what are the setups I need to do in a BW side to load a master data text? So let me show you that. What are the setups you need to do? Log on to your SAP BW system, enter username and password. What is the transaction code for InfoObjects? One by one, please. Can I have answer?
SE11.
Who is that? Sai? Okay. Sai said 11. Okay, Raj?
I don't know.
Okay, because it didn't work. Okay, fine. Dinesh? And Sureka?
RSA 14.
Very good. Because you guys worked. RSA 14 is a transaction code. You need to practice more, then only you will remember all these things. You don't need to by heart all the transaction code. Once you start practicing, automatically you will get to know what is the transaction code. RSA 14. It will take you to directly InfoObject screen, where your InfoObjects will be selected under your modeling options. Now, previously we have created a master data. This is a 9 PM batch. Yes. Okay. So previously we have created some characteristics InfoObjects to load your master data attributes, and we see characteristic InfoObject for flat file loading automatically. If you expand this, I have here SMID, age, name, and address. I have certain characteristics InfoObjects here. So what I need to do is, when I loaded this master data, when I go to the info provider, the same info area, 9 PM batch, I have used my salesman ID as data target. So what I did, I inserted my characteristic as info provider. So since I have selected only attributes at the object level, so I got only attributes as a data target. Now I want to load a text, but there is no text target here. So how to get a text target here? For that, you need to go back to your info object, select your primary info object, open it, double click and open it, click on change, expand the screen, go to master data / text. Please observe there is a with text. If you check with the text, automatically it is going to display what is a text table. Guys, have you done checking the data in the tables, all these tables, master data tables in the previous classes? Dinesh? Sureka?
Yeah, we did it initially, yes.
Okay, we're using S11, you did, right? Okay, great. So when you check with text, it will automatically show you that what are the text table is going to create in the backend database. This is going to be your text table technical name /BIC/T followed by your info object technical name. Okay, then you need to, by default it will be selected short text. Please select medium, long text. Once you've done this, only this change you have to do it. Once you've done this one, click on activate. Click on continue. Yes. If you want to load text data, master data text, you have to come to your primary object, open it, go to master data /text, select with text. In case if it is not selected, if it is selected, then no issues. Okay, now click on F3, go back. Now let's go to your info provider. See, still I have only one. Still it is displaying attributes only. Where is my text? Text should come automatically because I have already inserted my characteristic as info provider. Okay, now click on refresh. Still it is not coming. No need to worry. Just log off. Just log off from your BW system. Log in back. Okay. Now enter your username and password again. Now enter your transaction code for, what is the transaction code for info provider? What is the transaction code for info provider? No one knows this?
I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, Raj, you are excused. Sureka, Dinesh, Sai.
No idea, then.
You need to practice, okay? Because they're going to ask in interviews. RSA 11. Press enter. It will take you to your info provider screen, where you can see your info provider. Now please select your info area. This is my info area. Expand your info area. Expand your salesman ID. Now please observe, you got your text. This is your text data target. Okay. So I got my data target. I have my info objects. Now what is the next step? What I need to do? Anyone please? I'm repeating once again. I have created my info
You need to
objects.
load.
Yeah. What I need to do for that? Dinesh, Sai, Sureka.
We'll have to probably configure a data source for this now.
Very good, precisely. So when you have your info objects ready, when you have your data target is ready, then you need to start creating a data source. What purpose I'm going to create a data source? I am creating a data source to specify the location of my flat file located where. I'm going to specify the path of my flat file location, and I'm going to map the fields in my data source, but I'm not loading physically data. Okay, let's create data source. Any idea what is the transaction code for data sources? Guys, you need to remember the transaction codes for info provider, info objects, data source, source system. This is a mandatory. This is a very basic transaction codes for modeling. Whenever you go interview, suddenly they'll ask you, I want to go to our data source. What is the transaction code? Okay, so please, you need to start practicing from now onwards. Let's select your data source. What is our in application component? I think we have created one application component for 9 PM batch, right? This is what we completed. Yes, 9 PM batch. So if you want to create a new application component, right click on your data source header, create application component. Then you can enter a technical name and description. If you click on continue, you will get application component like this. The application component is nothing but a folder like object which is going to organize all your data sources. Right click on it. Let's create a data source. Select create data source. It's going to ask you technical name, data source underscore MD TXT file, for example. Data source data type, I'm loading a master data text, so I'm going to select master data text type. Then click on continue. Immediately it's going to ask you what is your description. Data source for master data text loading. Okay, copy this, paste it. In real time, don't simply copy and paste it. They're going to give you all the information what you need to enter. Even they're going to give you what is the technical name you need to enter. Things, the name, data types, lengths, all the stuff they will be provided. But only thing you should know how to create. Okay, they're not going to explain to you how to create in real time. They'll give you on technical specification document. They'll ask you to create. That's it. Okay, now select extraction tab. Adapter should be load text type file from local workstation. File name. This is what I'm doing in a data source. I'm going to specify my flat file location. Click on browse. Locate your flat file. It is located in my system in a desktop flat file. This is my text type master data flat file. Select and open. You will get the path automatically. Header is to be ignored 1. Data formats CSV, data separator, comma. Now go to proposal tab. Click on load example data. It's going to point out how many fields you have in a flat file. It has language, SMID, short text, medium text, long text. Okay. Now go to fields tab. This is a place where we're going to map the fields, the source fields with our info objects, whatever the info objects we have created. Okay. Now the question is, have we created the language info object till now?
Zero lang u.
No. The question is, have we created a language info object till now?
No.
No. Sai, Sureka?
No. I think
No.
by default it must be selected.
No. Only please tell me only the question we have not created. Okay. Have we created a short text, medium text, long text info objects till now? No. What we have created till now?
No.
If only SMID we have created. Okay. We have only ready-made object is available. Whatever I have created till now from the previous examples, only SMID. So I have not created language. I have not created short text, medium text and long text. So right now I have 2 options. Either I can go back to my info object catalog. I can create all these info objects, or I can use SAP Predefined info objects. Do you guys remember that? When we were discussing about a namespace, there are 3 types of. One is customized, which is creating by BW consultant. Other one is SAP Predefined. Any object starts in between 0 to 9. It means that it is SAP Predefined objects. So it is ready-made available instantly. We can start using that without creating. The purpose of SAP design all this predefined info object, it is going to save a lot of your designing time, the modeling time. So right now see, those info objects are really going to help us. So I don't want to create. I want to use predefined. So what is a predefined for language? It starts with 0, language, LANGU. Press enter. Do not show. Click on copy. Okay. Now I have a salesman ID. What is my salesman ID? If you don't remember, select info objects. Expand your catalog. Expand this little bit. My info object SMID is SMID underscore 4. Okay, SMID underscore, press enter. I don't have a short text. Let me use a predefined 0 txt sh. I don't have a medium text. I'm going to use 0 txt md. Long text 0 txt lg. This is how you can use a predefined. No need to create. See, automatically it's mapped. This is one of the biggest advantage which SAP BW as a data warehouse comparing with third-party data warehouse in the market. Oracle is providing data warehouse, Microsoft is providing data warehouse, even your IBM also providing a data warehouse. If anybody asks you that, what is the difference in between SAP data warehouse, BW system, other data warehouse systems in the market, SAP has a list of like a bunch of predefined objects which we call BI content, business intelligence content, which is not available in other data sources. This is one of the biggest advantage. Why? It is going to help you to save lot of your project timelines, deadlines. Okay, fine. We are done with the mapping your fields. Now click on Preview tab, activate. Once you activate it, click on Read Preview Data. Please observe, this is displaying that after loading into BW, how the data look like. Still the data has not loaded physically. Clear? So once your data source is completed, okay, now I have my data source, I have my targets, I have my info objects. Now what is the next step, guys? Yes, Sai. What is the next step, Sai?
Transformation. Transformation.
Raj said transformation. I need to hear something from you, Sai.
Loading.
Loading. Okay. So if I want to load, what I need to do? What I have to create?
Info package.
Info package. Okay. So before creating info package, do I need to do something?
We can use the existing data source. That is already
No,
created.
Raj.
Source system. Sorry.
Source system is okay. It's only one-time activity. We already started using that.
Yeah.
See, what happens is once you have your data target, once you have your data source, first we need to connect this. Then we need to think about loading part. Let's create a connectivity in between the objects. Then once you load the data should flow automatically. In between, once you load the data, there is no connectivity. Come back and creating a connectivity, you get a lot of confusion. So what happens is let's create like a pipeline to move the data. The data should flow without any disturbance. That is called connectivity. So what happens? I have my data source, I have my data target. So let me create a connectivity. So go to info provider, right click on your master data text data target, create transformation, then select object type, data source, then data source is ds underscore md txt4, source system pc underscore 3, whatever you want. Click on continue. It says your data source is not correct. So what is my data source name? Select your data source. It is a 5. I entered 4. That is a problem. Select, copy this, go back to info provider, right click on text target, create transformation, source of the transformation. See, please observe here. Target of the transformation is info object. The technical name is this. Type is this. Source of the transformation is
Can you repeat
data
that
source.
step?
Yes, Raj.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Object type. Source of the transformation is data source. Technical name ds underscore md_txt5. Source system is going to be PC and whatever you have created. Now click on continue. It automatically maps the fields because we already done this mapping in the data source fields tab. If you don't do there, you have still one more option. Come here and you can do it. How I can do it? Very simple. See, for example, I'm deleting this. If I want to map SMID to SMID, select, click on the SMID, drag and drag. That is called field mapping. Once you've done this, click on activate. So my transformation is created now successfully. Click on back button, F3. Now go to data source. Please observe still the transformation is not come, still shows a dot. Click on refresh, then you will get arrow mark. Now you have your transformation. Okay. Right click on your data source. Now start loading the data. All the connectivities are done. So till now we have completed modeling part. Now we need to do extraction. Okay, all the connectivities are ready. Now let's open the data like it's a data flow. Like open the tap, the water comes. So let's right click on data source, create info package. Info package is a, what is info package? Which layer info package comes under? Do you observe there was a class for number of layers available in the BW? The info package falls into which layer?
Loading.
Extraction layer, not loading.
Extraction. Yes. Yes.
Extraction layer. We are extracting the data. Info pack for master data text loading. Click on save. No need to select anything, just directly go to schedule tab. You have two options. Start data load immediately, start later in the background. Load immediately I am going to do right away manually. Later in the background, scheduling. You can specify a particular date and time. That time the data will be loaded. Now I want to load immediately. Click on start. Please observe in the taskbar it says data was requested. It means that data loaded into BW. So I want to see that one. Okay, just click on back button. Now if you want to see that, first please observe here your info package is still not active. Click on refresh. Now it is inactive. Okay, so select this one, double click on it. Now click on monitor icon. It says so and so date. It's the 15th of December 2015 and 2:56. It's a server time. It's not your system time. Okay, BW server time. So and so time 10 records has been loaded. It says request successfully loaded to PSA. Start further update. PSA stands for what? Persistence staging area. And PSA falls into which layer? Yes. PSA falls into which layer? Yeah, Dinesh, Sureka.
Staging layer.
Very good. Because it is a staging part. This is the first place where the data comes and stores after extraction in BW. This is the first stage in a BW where the data reach. This is called staging layer. Now select your request. This is called load request. Click on PSA maintenance. It says we have 10 records. Very good. Click on continue. Now it is going to display what is the data loaded into PSA. This is the data loaded into PSA. PSA maintenance. Guys, please remember PSA will blindly load all the data as it is from your data source with errors or without errors, irrespective of any kind of data. PSA doesn't have any kind of capability to check error related data. Blindly loads all the data. From here only, then DTP, there is a DTP, one more option. DTP will always check is there any errors. PSA doesn't check. PSA simply loads, blindly loads all the data. That is a task of, that is a responsibility of PSA. Okay. Now I have a data in my PSA. Click on back, back again, back again. So now right click on your data source, create data transfer process, DTP. It is automatically pick up all the options called target and source. No need to set up anything. Simply click on continue. Go to extraction tab automatically. The extraction tab mode, you have two types of full and delta. We already discussed what is a full. and delta. Let's select full. Go to execute tab. The execute button is not active. Click on activate button. When you click on activate, now the execute button will be active. Click on execute. Now the data will be loaded from PSA into data target. It says that, do you want to display the request monitor? Yes. It says that request processing. Please observe that in this point of screen, all the requests should be green. If anything is not green, it means that the data is still loading. Do not disturb that. Do not touch anything. Let it be loaded. After some time, you need to come back and check here. Okay, unless until if it is not green, the data will not be displayed under data targets. No need to go there, and don't go there also. You need to confirm all are green, then only click on administer data target. It says one request has been created. This is a request ID. This is your data load request ID. It says request is available for reporting. What does it mean? Data is ready for reporting. Data successfully loaded. So and so date, so and so time, number of records transferred, number of records added. And what is your data target? Salesman ID text is my data target. Okay, select your text, click on contents, click on execute. Please observe, I have loaded only text type. What is that? Short description. Let me explain this. Medium description, long description. But I am getting salesman ID, salesman name, salesman phone, salesman address also. How I am getting this information, guys? How attributes are automatically displaying here?
The salesman ID is the primary key, so even the attributes and the text we are loading with respect to the primary key only, no?
How? The question is how. I know it is a primary key, but how it is displaying? Any idea? In the text flat file, we have mentioned the salesman ID as a primary key. So we are creating a relationship in between the two tables based on the salesman ID. So since I have a relation in between two tables, the data has been merged automatically. Okay, when you connect the relationship from the similar columns in two different tables, automatically when I'm displaying the data comes from the two tables. That is called relational database management system. Clear?
Okay.
This is how you load the master data text type into SAP BW from the flat file. Any questions, guys, here?
Up to there might be a limit for this medium, long, and short description. Okay. Which is the ABAP program that we use to increase the length of these objects?
What do you mean by length? This is a field length you need to increase?
Yeah. Because I had a similar problem in BPC.
Okay, there is no specified length here. See, the thing is, if you go here, they have already specified the text type here. We don't have any physical fields available.
Okay.
There is no physical fields are available. So when you're mapping with the info objects they have already created. So what you can do is you need to simply open your info objects. Okay. So we have to go to BI content again. That is the biggest topic. Okay. For example, 0.
Okay.
See, I have a 0 language key. If I open this, double click and open, it says length is 1 only because it's a English, right? Then let's say that what is a short text length also, because we have not created these things, right? It is predefined. Okay, so you have a short description. Double click and open. It says length maximum is 20 characters.
Yes.
Okay, they have done this. This is not done by us. It's a predefined. They set up this.
Okay.
Okay, like this you can check all the predefined. Simply, you cannot find out those things. Click on search. Let's say 0TXMD. Press enter. It will automatically finds medium description. Double click. It says maximum is 40. Let's find out that final is
Yeah.
short, medium,
Above
long
medium only
description.
there is a long. Yeah, above
Long
medium there is a long.
Yeah, that's a long description. It is a 60 characters maximum.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
there is a limitation, like you cannot enter like a paragraphs and all. It's very like, little detailed information about each record.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, this is how we do this, guys. Any questions here? Now we're going to check the data in the tables. I'm going to show again how to check the data in the tables. The people who already missed it, please observe right now. If you go to the master data / text tab, it creates certain tables here. Okay, right now we have one view called, we say it's always M view. Then P table. This is a master data table, first primary table. Then we have a SID attributes table. Then in a general tab we have SID table. Okay, so these are the tables by default will be created if you load your master data attributes. If I load with text, it will create text table. If I load hierarchy, then it will create another additional tables related to hierarchy. That we'll see in the next class. So right now, let's check it out. What is the tables and how to check the data inside the tables. As we said that if you want to go from one screen to another screen by using your transaction code, you have a /o and /n. Guys, are you remember? Have you covered this part? /o or /n? Is
Yes.
everybody
Yes.
aware of this?
Yeah. New session, other session.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay. So I want to open another session, another window. That's a new window. Say SE11. Press enter. It's very simple. You don't need to by heart your table names. If you remember your InfoObject technical name, then we can easily write your table name. Okay, /BIC/M. This is a standard for all type of master data text. Then followed by your InfoObject technical name. 4. That's it. This is how you can get your master data tables without by hearting or without remembering. Click on display. You can see all the fields are available under this. This is a view. Please observe, view of master data tables. Guys, what is the difference in between a view and table? What is the difference in between view and table?
View physically don't store any data to my knowledge. Table stores the data because
I think we covered this, right? I think I told you that's what's the difference in between. I explained to you. Maybe if I missed today, we'll do this. Yeah, any idea, guys? I have a view here. Why they have created a view and along with the tables? What is the difference in between table and view? I should know this. Any idea?
Table has a physical data in rows and columns. View
also has the rows and columns. Then what is the difference?
Maybe physically don't have the data view.
Okay. Yeah, Dinesh?
I'm not sure.
Also, in the view, you can choose what columns you want to see. It doesn't have to display all the columns in the table.
But it is possible in table also. What has to be displayed? Yes? Sai and Sureka, you guys need to unmute.
Don't know, student.
Okay. That's a good answer. Okay, Sai?
No idea, Kiran. Sorry.
Okay, fine. The major difference in between view and table. Table, we used to store the data. View, we used to present the data. Okay, whenever I want to create a reports, we get the data from the view, not from the tables. Table always presents, view always presents the data. Table always stores the data. It's the only difference. It contains again rows and columns. Both have rows and columns. Both have selections. Okay, so if I go to the reporting in a BEX where the data is coming from, the data comes from always from the views. Okay, now I have all the fields, same structure, just like your table. Click on Contents tab, click on Execute. You can see the same structure, only the technical names of your columns. Okay, it contains certain technical information for system purpose. Okay, then you have a change ID. Okay, if there is any changes in your document, it will display all this information. Go back. This is your view. Then let's enter the P table. That's a primary table. SMID underscore 4. Press enter. Display exactly same as it is your view. Okay, but it is going to store the data here. Same as it is. No change in the format of your table. Okay, same columns, same information, same structure, same design. Go back. This is a view and P table. Now I have additional table called text table. T. SMID underscore 4. It contains a text related data. Display. Please observe. It contains SMID, language, short text, medium text, long text. These are the fields it contains. Okay, you can see the field's length here also. It will automatically display your field length 20, 40, 60. Now click on contents. Click on execute. It contains only short, medium, long text description. SMID, language, short text, medium text, long text. Text related data because it is a text table. Okay, go back. Finally, I have one technical table called SID /BIC/yes SMID underscore 4. It contains a complete technical information about the table. Okay, only SMID primary object will be there. Click on. This is not the data store. We don't use this table for data storing. We use this table for how many records has been created, what is the technical information, only for system understanding purpose. Can you see this? I have only SMID. Okay, this is a way how you check the data in the tables. If you want to clarify, if you want to get the confirmation after loading the data, whether the data has been loaded or not, this is a place. A BAP dictionary, SC11 is a transaction code. You need to come here and you need to check. Please observe here. It is not only meant for checking your data. It is an option called change and create also. I can create tables also. When you reach to the certain topics called extraction class, right now we are still in the modeling class, then we're going to create some tables. Our own tables in a SAP R/3 server side. That time we're going to use the same concept, same screen. Then we click on create. Okay, we'll come to that part later. Now go back. This is how you check the data in your table. See, this is how many tables has been created whenever you load the master data. Okay, the next topic is going to be how to load hierarchy data, master data hierarchies from flat file into BW. First, you need to open your flat file. You need to understand how the data is created in the flat file, the hierarchy data. Why I am specially talking about how the data is created, why I have not talked about in other two flat files, attributes and text. I never told you like this. Why this? Because it is completely different structure comparing with your attributes and text. Okay, what is a different structure? Let's open this. Please observe here, your attributes flat file and text flat file contains a header, then it contains a data. But your hierarchy flat file, it is also contains a header, but not your info objects. See, these are not info objects. These are all the system created objects which you have not created. Okay, short text, medium text, long text is optional. If you want, you can enter. Otherwise, you can remove this also. But language should be there. Okay, see, language we have not created. Parent ID also not created. Link not created. Node ID, info object, node ID. So we have not created anything, but it is a header. I am going to use it as a header. Then please observe one more key point here. I have mentioned in the data place the info object technical names. In attributes and text file, we have mentioned only the data, not technical. But inside this file, I have mentioned my info object. What are the info objects I have created in our previous classes? Those technical names are here. Then what I did, one wonder thing you need to observe. It's like a very kind of like a tricky. but it's a wonder. See, I have mapped here itself. I have mentioned my info object technical name. I have mapped the data. What data is supposed to be there? See, for example, I have a region, sales region. I said north. Sales region data should be north. Sales office data should be Delhi. SMID should be 1. SMID should be 2. Sales region should be south. See, I'm giving a different data for each and every info object. I am mentioning or mapping the data to particular info object here itself. Where? In the flat file itself. So no need to do the mapping in the BW side again. Okay. So this is one of the strange thing if you compare with your two previous examples. Okay. Now you need to understand what is a node ID. Node ID is what is a sequence of your records. Then I have info object as a header. I need to mention all my info object. Here I have one info object called 0 higher. Higher is hierarchy underscore node. What does it mean? This is a top hierarchy, header of your hierarchy. Okay, that is for example, headquarters is located in the worldwide. I can enter like a Delhi, I can enter India. My headquarters is in India. My headquarters is in like a US. I can enter anything here. Then the link option is node name should be always data. This data should be belongs to these info objects. Okay. Link should be sometimes in real time they're going to give you intranet portal links where the data will be displayed. That is called your URL. If they provide you, you can enter. Since we don't have that URL, so I'm leaving this blank. Then parent ID is the levels of your hierarchy. How the data has to be displayed. I'm going to talk about this now. See, what is a hierarchy? If you see in organization, I have my organization hierarchy. What is that? Top level is CEO. Yeah, this is like your structure of your organization. Top level is CEO. Under CEO, I have like directors. Under directors, I have like a managers. Under managers, I have like a team leader. Team leader under I have team members. This is a hierarchy of my organization. The same way for the data also, I can display data in the levels like a hierarchical, step by step. That is called hierarchy data. So how this hierarchy data look like? If I want to show you that, this will be your hierarchies. The structure will be like this. Still it is not opening for me. Okay, please observe here. I have my sales organization. For example, let's take Samsung sales organization. I have a level 1 here. This is a headquarters. So level 1 should be hierarchy underscore node. Under this, I have a two different location, north and south. This is a level 2. So I need to create one info object called sales region. The technical name is going to be SREG. Then under north, I have two different cities, Delhi and Punjab. It is a level 3. That is called sales office. I need to create one info object called sales office for this. Under each city, I have a different salesmen. Like under Delhi, I have 2 salesmen, and under Punjab, I have 2 salesmen. This is called level 4. I need to create one salesman ID. In case if you already created, no need to create. Like this, I can create up to 98 levels of hierarchies. Guys, is it clear now? If I load the data also going to be displayed like this only. First it will display headquarter. Under it will show you 2 locations. Under each location you need to again expand 2 different cities. Under each cities it's going to show you number of salesmen. The data will be displayed in levels. As of now you have seen the data displaying only in the table format. Right? Now the data will be displayed in the levels, like you need to expand inside. Then only it will show you, like level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Is it clear for everyone? What is a hierarchy? How the structure will look like?
Yes. Yes, Kiran.
Yes, Kiran.
Yes.
Yeah, Dinesh, is it clear now?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so don't bother about like how to create this hierarchy, flat files and all those stuff. It is not your job. The flat files will be created by your business team. It's their responsibility to provide all the flat files. Okay, it is not BW consultant job to create all the flat files. So don't worry how to create this, what to keep and all the stuff. Please use all this exactly what I'm displaying in my screen. According to that, okay, you can load the data. This is my flat file for hierarchy. You can save as it a flat file. Fine guys, then let's stop it here today. I'm going to show you tomorrow how to load your hierarchy flat file.